Hey YouTube, Dan Otto here. I'm coming at you with the team that got you my highest yellow in the season. I think it was like 2650ish, 2660, somewhere in there. It's basically a fast move team. Razorleaf, Shadow Vic, Counter, Vigoroth, Charm, Ninetales. And I'm going to play the battles and I'm going to just explain why. And you're going to see like right off the bat. First of all, Dunsparces are everywhere. And this is actually a great matchup because these Razorleafs are just chipping and you will get to the Leaf Blade before they get to Rock Slides, which it takes to take you out. So I'll probably let one go for sure. Maybe shield the second one or 2 drill runs if you want to go that route. And they take me down successfully. But now I have a great answer in Charm and Ninetales. And so I put this team together for 2 reasons. One, I started seeing a lot of double Charms. And 2, I started seeing a lot of Shadow Vics. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought these people were correct. Because the limited meta, and I did this in my initial analysis, when I said like, well, you're going to have to see a lot of double and you see a lot of Vigoroth because there's not a lot of other counter users to deal with them. And the same goes for now Shadow Vic and Charmers. There's no real steal to deal with them. There's no real fire to a certain extent to deal with them. Like this team's double weak to fire. I think the next matchup there's an Marowak on the lead that I think is somehow working around. But for the most part, and it's the same thing with Altaria with the Dragon Breath damage. There's no steal in this. There's not a lot of fire in this for these two. There's some fairy because people are starting to realize, but there's not a ton of fairy for Altaria. So there's just so many Pokemon that you will do at least neutral to. And if you are going to do neutral in most of these scenarios, going with attack heavy Pokemon is smart because a lot of these things don't have the bulk that you're going to see in Great League, right? There's no level 50 meta champs. There are like Lickitung and Sableye are allowed in this meta, but because there's so many doubles and Dunsparce and stuff like that, they're not coming out. So there's actually not a lot of like level 50 Pokemon that you need to worry about here. And they got only Charm, so that's all resisted, which is, I think I won this match because I took Shoe Shielded. They're trying to keep alignment, which is fine, because now what's going to happen is I'm going to at least get a Leaf Blade off. This will chip enough, and then I can Charm enough to take it down, and then I got enough shields for whatever in the back. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, so this is the hardest answer that I'm going to see. I'll shield up anything because the fire spins are going to add up way too quickly here. And they're staying in. And again, it's their own Wigglytuff. So this is a double Charm team that I'm just going to be able to work around, luckily. But again, there's not enough steel in this. There's not enough fires to deal with this Charmers. There's not enough a bulk to deal with these fast move Pokemon. And so that's why, like, I've seen Razorleaf double Fairy. I've seen double Fairy multiple times. I've seen Shadow Vic on the lead multiple times. And it's just because, like, there's no hard punish for the most case. And, like, look, Sableye is your hard punish. Like, I'm going to chip you with that, and I'm going to get you with this. I'm going to shield the return. That's fine. Because now I'll be able to charm what was on the lead? Was it a fairy on the lead too? I'll be able to charm your fairy as well, and we're going to chip each other a lot. Right? Is this where I throw... Oh, yeah, I had Dazzling Gleam on this. And this is what I had Dazzling Gleam. I'm like, no. It's because I had Powder Snow initially on this. And then I was like, oh no, if I'm going to run this, I need to run Charm. I need to run Psyshock because there's no way I'm getting to a Dazzling Gleam. So like just chip there. I'm going to have to shield here. And it's just going to depend what's in the back here. This team also has problems with like, it's Altaria, yeah, so this game's over. Yeah, so you're double weak to, like this exact team would I run? Probably not because you're double weak to fire. Frostlass is going to outpace your Shadow Vic, plus as like you have no matchup with the Vigoroth. You have an okay matchup with your Charm, just outpacing there. But what else is there? Dunsparce, no, Dunsparce you do well against. Like you take it with the Shadow Vic and you take it with Vigoroth, Altaria. Altaria is tricky because you obviously get your first two Pokemon here, lose pretty hard. So they're like, I wouldn't necessarily go with Vigoroth as the second here. Let's see what I do here. I'm probably going to have to just stay in here because you're going to lose it. Actually, it looks like you win it. You shield once and then win it. Yeah, actually, I think you do win it because they're going to get to a move. And they're going to put you in the red, but you can shield and go all the way. And I'm chipping double a bunch. I'm going there for a move here. I maybe should have just gone for the acid spray because then I could have just lowered their defense and then countered down a bunch. I'm not getting out because I want to keep switch because I have a Ninetales that will easily deal with the Frostlass. So I can deal with this and then take this out, and then if the Frostlass comes back in, I can charm a Ninetales. So other fast move Pokemon that I've seen in this meta, Altaria, I already mentioned, is good. Counter users, Razor Leaf users. There's not a ton else. I'm trying to... Smackdown, are there any Smackdown users in this? I don't think there's a ton of Smackdown users in this. Why am I not getting out into my Charm Ninetales? I should just charm this down easily. Or I'm just going to save it. Oh, it's an Obstagoon in the back. Oh, this is not going to... They're not going to like this backline for me. Oof. They are going to have a bad time here. I can just save the shield for the Frostlass. Anyways, yeah, fast move team. I'm filming this like Christmas night. It's the 25th, and I'm heading back tomorrow. But I think the team I'm running right now has the same-ish idea with a direct answer to Dunsparce. So the team I'm running right now is Charm a Ninetales. It's a double flyer, Altaria and Skarmory. And I'll tell you right now, because this is probably not going to go up until like maybe Wednesday. So the league's already over right now. I'm going to run this team for a bit because it did well. And it's the same reason. So you got Charm a Ninetales, which will just do super well against most things, except like fire. And Altaria is a nice answer to that, right? Because if you see a fire Pokemon, Talonflame, or a Marowak, your Altaria will deal with that. And then both are weak to rock. And that's where I put in Skarmory, because I was seeing Dunsparces everywhere. And I tried Altaria first. I still got Altaria on the team, but I tried Altaria first. I'm like, no, you're weak to rock. If only there was a way that I can like keep the flyer without it. I'm like, well, Skarmory. Now, Skarmory obviously gets lit up by Ninetales. It gets lit up by Lantern, but Altaria and Charm A9 deal with Lantern. So I got Skarmory on the lead. I've seen so many like I said, I've seen so many Vicks, I've seen so many Charm. So, and you win Dunsparce. So I'm putting up a short maybe next Sunday or Monday. I battled Doe, and he led Dunsparce, and I led Skarmory, and I take that matchup easy. And I had that matchup a second time, and not only did I win the lead, I won it with the shield advantage. So Skarmory versus Dunsparce, great matchup. Plus you got like if Vigoroth comes in or double comes in, you resist the body slam, so they have to go. Well, the counters add up because it's still neutral. But again, it's a sneaky Pokemon. You just gotta watch out for Lantern and other electric. Anyways, that is it. This is, again, probably going to be one of my last videos in this league. I think I have one more if I remember the timing. I did a bunch of double videos, so 7:30 a.m. and then 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So go check out all those videos. And then Thursday, I will have top teams for Ultra League. So it's the Ultra League Holiday Cup. Sort of similar to this because it's the same sort of concept, just with like Ultra League Pokemon. So you'll see like save swaps and double and a couple other save swaps that are pretty good. Couple like flyer answers, stuff like that. So I'll go over that Thursday. And then Friday, I'm putting up a Master League team because, again, I'm gone till next Sunday. So Friday is going to be a Master League team. Saturday is going to be a year-end wrap-up because it's the 31st. So like top catches of the year, top shinies of the year, thoughts on my channel, thoughts on the game, stuff like that. And then Sunday will be... Sunday right now is the short of the worst game I've ever played in my entire life. Like if you're gonna watch one of my shorts, watch the Sunday one because it's hilarious how many mistakes I made in one game. It was an easy win for me that turned into a loss because I just like, you would have thought I've never played the game before. It was so bad how many mistakes I made. Anyways, it's kind of funny. Go check that out. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the thumbs up and comments and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys in the next one.